two trains of equal masses, if the masses are equal, I can say that this will be equal to m1 will be equal to m2, are drawn along a smooth level lines. One of them x exerts a constant force. So if I assume that this is a train, okay, this is the train x and this is the train y, it is exerted by a constant force is exerted on the train x, and the second one y works at a constant rate. Works at a constant rate, it means that the power remains constant for the second one. Okay, so let us concentrate on the first train over here. When the force is constant, force will be equal to mass into acceleration. Okay, now the force is constant, okay, it means that the acceleration is also constant. Okay, if the acceleration is constant over here, v square will be equal to u square plus 2as. Now it is given that both start from rest and after certain time t, both have a constant velocity v. Okay, it means that the final velocity will be v square. Okay, initial velocity is equal to 0 over here into 2as. So if I say this is s1 in the first case, so s1 will be equal to over here v square divided by 2a. Okay, now over here if the acceleration is constant, I can say that v is equal to u plus at. Now over here initial velocity is equal to 0, so time will be equal to, or the acceleration will be equal to v divided by t. When I substitute the value, s1 will be equal to v square divided by 2v into t will go in the numerator. It will be simply equal to s1 will be equal to v into t divided by 2. Okay, v into t divided by 2. This is the acceleration over here. Okay, this is the total displacement in the first case. In the second case, let this be the first equation. Okay, let this be the first equation. In the second equation over here, it is moving with a constant power. So if the power is constant, power will be equal to force into velocity. Now power can be written as mass into acceleration into velocity. Now acceleration can be written as dv by dt. Okay, and velocity I will write it on the left hand side. Okay, it's equal to power. So I can write this as mv dv will be equal to p into dt. Okay, now the power is constant, so when I integrate on both the sides, it will be equal to mv square divided by 2 will be equal to p into t. Now understand that I am not putting the limits, because the limits over here, even if I put the limits, it will be equal to 0 to v. Okay, so the initial velocity is equal to 0 and the final velocity over here is equal to v. So even if I put the limits, I will get the same answer over here. Okay, so now we have to calculate the displacement from this part. So v square will be equal to 2 pt divided by m. Okay, when I take the root on both the sides, v will be equal to 2 pt divided by m. Okay, now the velocity can be written as displacement divided by time. Okay, differentiation of displacement by time, 2 pt or 2 p by m into root t. Okay, I am writing this root t separately. Okay, so ds over here will be equal to root 2 p divided by m into root t, okay, dt. When I integrate on both the sides, s2 will be equal to root 2 p divided by m into, this will be equal to t raised to 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. Okay, when it goes in the numerator, s2 will be equal to 2 times root 2 p by m, okay, into t raised to 3 by 2 can be written as t inside the root into t. Okay, t raised to 3 by 2 is written as t raised to half plus t raised to 1. Now if you concentrate on this part, root 2 pt divided by m, root 2 pt divided by m is the velocity. So basically s2 will be equal to 2 and there is 3 over here. Okay, 2 times velocity into t divided by 3. Okay, this is s2. Okay, and this is s1. When I take the ratio over here, if you can see both the equations together. Okay, so when I take the ratio, s1 divided by s2, vt and vt will get cancelled out over here. Okay, so so it will be equal to 1 by 2 into over here 3 by 2. So the ratio will come out to be 3 by 4. So the ratio of the displacement will be equal to 3 by 4 when both of them achieve the same velocity in same amount of time.